Welcome back to another episode of Sips and Screams, where twin sister horror movie fanatics sip themed cocktails and discuss our favorites in the genre. Today, we're going back to 2012 to discuss Sinister, written by Robert Cargill and Scott Derrickson and directed by Scott Derrickson. Sinister stars Ethan Hawke, Juliet Rylance, Claire Foley, Michael Hall Daddario, James Ranson, and Victoria Lee. My goodness, this movie.
Yeah, this movie.
It's just a great watch. It's about a tortured writer of true crime who's also a neglectful husband and father who, for some reason, likes dragging his family along to random locations in search of the truth. This movie also has cop buddies. You know, it could have been a cop buddy comedy, to be honest. It has so many creepy kids. It has the dawning of a brand new villain who bears a striking resemblance to another well-known beloved villain. More on that later.
Oh, yep.
And it has an ending that will most definitely cause nightmares. I'm Ashley, and joining me today, as always, is my twin sister, Allie. Allie, what's up? We're doing Sinister. What's happening?
I know. I feel like we've been waiting for Sinister, Ash. I'm excited about it. I think people were excited about it online when we shared that this was our next episode. I honestly can't wait.
To be honest, I think the reason that we kept it for so long is I was scared to rewatch it. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, oh no, not Sinister.
I know. It's funny. I was so scared to watch Paranormal, and like it was, as you know, it was just as scary.
Yeah.
I know you were kind of the one preventing this one, Ash. I
was, and you know, I will save my screamometer for later.
Yeah.
But yeah. I love this movie. I mean, I think I'm spoiling it a little bit. This is such a good movie. As always, you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Our handle is at Sips and Screams Pod. Please like, rate, and subscribe, and or leave a review. You can also email us at sipsandscreams.podcast@gmail.com. You can also direct message us. You know what? We are very responsive, and we are absolutely everywhere where you get your podcasts. All right, it's Friday night. We're doing another Friday night one. And what time is it, Allie?
It is killer cocktail time.
My favorite time of the night.
I know. I also love it. I love our Friday night recordings, Ash.
Me too. It's fun.
I think it gets you in the mood to talk horror.
It does. It's like I've been thinking about it all week. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's unleash it.
So we are doing a cocktail tonight. I feel like we've been slipping on that the last couple of episodes, doing wine, mimosas. We are doing a cocktail. Yeah. You know, I like my white wine and I like mimosas.
Yeah.
Sunday morning recordings, mimosas is really the only way to go. Mm-hmm. But we are doing a cocktail tonight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But our cocktail tonight is inspired by the house itself that Ellison moves his whole family into.
And Allie really had to reach for this because I'm watching this movie. You know, I'm watching this movie and I'm like, all right, I guess we're like drinking whiskey straight out the bottle. Like Ellison. I guess so. That's the we're in for it on Friday night.
I mean, we're in for it on Saturday morning if we're drinking whiskey straight out of the bottle tonight.
What a Saturday morning.
Yeah. You know what? Didn't really want that. We've done whiskey, I think, a couple of times now, but I thought a little bit outside the box, Ash.
Please tell us. The suspense is driving me.
I think the listeners are going to appreciate this. So, yeah. You know, Ellison moves his whole family into this house. And what kind of house is it? It is a ranch-style house.
In Pennsylvania.
It's got one floor. In Pennsylvania, one floor has got an attic. But it's ranch-style. So, and when I think ranch-style, the first thing that comes to my mind is tequila and ranch waters. Not my favorite cocktail.
Not like Secret Valley Ranch, like ranch dressing.
Absolutely not. No. Allie, it's definitely tequila.
It's tequila. Yeah. She likes her ranch waters.
I do. I like my ranch waters. I'm so excited when I order it at a bar and people know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You know, they come over happily, and if they have Topo Chico, like even better.
I think.
But we're doing ranch waters.
I don't think they necessarily know what it is. They're like Googling it. You know what I mean, on their phones.
They're like, you know what? I've gotten knowing looks. I got you, and they knowing looks when I ordered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's knowing, I know I'm going to look that up and know it really soon. I'm about to learn something new tonight.
I've been to some great bars in Baltimore that know how to make a ranch water, and they are so good. Like, kudos if you do it in a tall glass. And then I did mine in a short glass tonight. Tall glass, some ice cubes, some Topo Chico, some great tequila, and a little splash of lime in there. And that's a ranch water. And it's incredible.
Nom nom. Okay. Cheers to you.
Yeah. Cheers.
It's good.
Let me ask you this question, Ash. Did you put agave in yours? Because some people put like a little squirt of agave, but I'm not a fan.
You know what's hilarious? I actually have agave. I have like a syrup, and I did not. I did not put in. I did put some lime though.
Yeah, you know what I'm using actually? Lime Topo Chico. We had that here. And then some Casamigos Blanco. Everyone, if you've been listening to this, that's my go-to tequila. But it's so good. I mean, a tequila drink,
it's good. I am definitely in my tequila era.
Yeah, you are. You used to hate it.
I love it now.
Error.
That was a Freudian slip if I ever heard one. All right, it is time for Sips and Synopsis. Allie, why don't you take it away? Tell us about the crazy plot of Sinister.
I know. And Sinister starts out right away. So we're going back to 2012.
Right away.
So picture where you were in 2012, everyone. You know, put yourself in that mindset.
I was in Toronto.
Talk about the synopsis. I was living in Orange County, California. Yeah, in 2012, and this movie came out. I think everyone who loves horror was very excited about this movie. The trailer was really cool. That whole found footage, you know, the Super 8 film certainly set the tone with this movie. And man, does it start right out.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the opening scene. So the opening scene of this movie is, you know, film, and you're seeing these 4 people get hanged from a tree. And that's the beginning. And you don't really know what's going on. You know that obviously has happened. You're seeing it. But it shows that, and then it cuts to Elliot Oswald, his family, moving into the home.
But we don't know it's the home yet.
Okay. I'll share that later.
Well,
a home.
Okay, they're moving into a home. But, okay, the opening scene is this grainy Super 8 film of 4 people being hung.
I love Super 8 film.
From a tree. And was it in slow motion? Because it's horribly graphic, everybody. Like,
I actually think it was sped up almost in a way.
No, it wasn't. There's no way it was sped up because they're like... Basically, they're being lifted.
I think it takes a while, Ash. I mean, I don't know how long it takes.
No, but that's not. No, but here's my bone to pick or whatever.
It's already. We're on the opening scene, and Ash already has a bone to pick with this movie.
Here is my thing. They're being like hung. Right? They get like dropped down or whatever. They're being hung. It's like horrible.
It's a pulley.
It's a pulley. Okay.
A pulley system. Again, whoever's hanging them.
Sophisticated pulley system. And they're being hung with like the bags over their heads and like it's horrible. But this is my thing. I thought it was slow motion because their legs are moving like in a slow-mo manner. If it was me, I'd be freaking the F out and like trying, like I would be more chaotic. It wasn't chaotic enough for me. I actually, it made me pause and I'm like, I think this is slow motion. Listeners, what do you think? Their legs are just kind of like casually like I don't like this. And then they're dead. That's kind of what it's
like. They die pretty quickly. That wasn't in slow-mo. I feel like they die pretty quickly.
Well, you would die quickly, but I feel like there'd be more chaos. I don't know.
You know, listeners, let us know your thoughts on that. But Ash, can I get to the rest of the movie?
Yeah, please do.
You have a bone to pick on the opening scene. We haven't even gotten to
I had to say my
Oswald family yet.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. You know what? You said it. Now let's move on. Ethan Hawke comes into the picture. You know, Ethan Hawke he's like a scream king at this point. I mean, he's done some good horror movies. But we learned that so Ellison Oswald and his family are moving into a home, a ranch style home. Yeah. They're, getting all their stuff off the moving van. We learned that he's a writer. So it's Ellison, his wife Tracy, and their 2 kids.
You know how I know he's a writer?
Ashley.
Wait, Trevor and Ashley. Yeah. Yes, the 2 kids.
Trevor and Ashley. Yeah.
You can tell he's a writer by one very specific trait, and that's his cardigan. Yeah. His cardigan?
It's a cardigan over the college T-shirt.
And
so they're really trying to convey that he could have been a professor.
Yeah. He has like the... the professor, the iron
elbow patches?
The elbow patches.
The elbow patches.
Which I've considered buying because you're always like...
I really think you should. Get a tweed. Come on. Lean into it. You and current husband, both professors. I'd love to see you both in tweed blazers with elbow patches.
It is coming. It is coming.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad. Maybe for Christmas.
You won't have to wait long.
Santa might bring it to you.
Okay.
Okay, good. I'm excited for that. But yeah, so they're moving in. So mom, dad, 2 kids moving into this house. We learn, Ellison's a writer, a true crime writer, right? Moving there to write his next masterpiece, I guess.
Great American novel.
Yeah, it is the next great American novel, exactly. And so we've got the family, and then we have the sheriff and deputies who are also there.
Yeah.
So we learned that one of the deputies is a big fan of his prior work. He wrote this book called Kentucky Blood, I think over 10 years ago.
Great name.
But the sheriff dude, not too happy about them moving in.
No, he's not happy. And I have to say, why does he have to move there to do the research?
To that house?
And why does his family have to go? Why does he have to move to Pennsylvania? He can't, everything's online in this movie. Why does he have to go?
Had he not moved there, we wouldn't have seen a lot of it. But no, I hear you, Ash. It seems like Ellison likes to immerse himself in his subjects that he's writing about. I mean, the subjects are gone, but we learn, right, it's a family that was killed and a missing daughter. And they don't know where the daughter went to. So there were 4 of them that were killed, and there's a missing daughter. And even the sheriff says it from the very beginning that it was a very poor taste that they moved into that home. And I believe they bought it. I think they have a mortgage on that home.
They got a real good deal. They do have a mortgage. As he mentioned, they have 2 mortgages. Yeah. This house in Pennsylvania in the middle of nowhere, and wherever they were, Georgia.
And then a really beautiful, really nice house, this other one. And we learn about that later in the movie.
A really nice house. I get why the family was disappointed.
Yeah, I hear you.
He just selling his house every couple of years. How long is he spending? Because it wasn't just Kentucky Blood and this.
For the ride.
He's had other books.
But I think that his last success was Kentucky Blood over 10 years ago as a true crime writer. But okay, so they're moving in. The kids are helping with that. The youngest daughter, Ashley, she likes to paint. There's a scene there. We kind of learn that she paints on the wall, and they make a deal you're only painting inside your bedroom.
Yeah.
I mean, foreshadowing if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
But I think an important scene in that, as they're moving in, Ellison's wife, Tracy, asks him, and she says that they didn't move into a house a few doors down from where a crime occurred, right?
Right. He's like...
And Ellison's like, yeah, no, we didn't.
No.
We did not move into a house a few doors down from where a crime occurred.
Right. But she's like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
The wife is already annoying me at this point.
Yeah, the wife is... For wife characters in horror movies, and we can talk about this later, Ash, but not a real strong character in this one. Yeah. But we all see, as the audience watching this, the backyard, and that the tree in the backyard is the tree that family was hung from. So we all know, within the first couple of minutes of this movie, that they moved into the house where these people were killed, but the family does not know that.
And it's very, because it's this oak tree or something, and in the very opening scene, after they're hung, one of the branches breaks, I guess, when the pulley system comes down. The pulley.
And that branch is still broken.
It's still broken in there. So no one asks. They're like, hey, you want to take that broken branch? It's not like there's hurricanes up in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
No, no questions asked. They just move in. But as they're moving things in, Ellison takes things up to the attic. So again, picture this. It's a ranch-style home, but they have this attic. And
what's a ranch-style home? Can you explain it?
A ranch-style home is like a one-story home.
Oh, like a bungalow.
You mean explain it to you?
Yeah, explain it to me. I'm 5. I don't know what it is.
Explain it to our listeners, and she means explain it to me. Yeah, a ranch-style home is, I guess we have them in California. It's a one-story home.
A one-story home. Okay, got it.
That's correct. Yeah. So it's a one-story home with an attic, and this one has an attic. Okay. So he's bringing boxes up to the attic, Ellison is. And weird stuff's happening in that attic already. There's a scorpion up there that he kills.
What? And it's Pennsylvania.
And I don't know why there's a scorpion there. I think that's some foreshadowing as well. But it's not just a scorpion up there. There are also, it's a box of some home movies.
Some home,
if you will, some films.
Family memories.
Great films. Yeah. They're labeled with various different family memories, pool party, hanging out.
Family barbecue.
Yeah, family barbecue. So Ellison takes those films down and he starts watching them, I think at first in the middle of the night. So the family's sleeping.
Yeah. He
writing. Goes into his office. He's writing in quotation marks. And and he goes to his office and he throws the first film on, and it's called Hanging Out. Yeah. And it's a video. It's a video of a family hanging out in a backyard. This backyard.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do, and it's someone's recording it on that Super 8 film. So it's like really grainy. There's no sound or anything. And so you kind of wonder when you're watching it as an audience member, right? Like, who is taking this video? And I think I'm sure Ellison is having those same thoughts. But, he sees it and he actually sees the murder. He sees the family getting hung from that tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these snuff films, if you will, right? They were up in the attic and he's now watching them. I mean, that was enough to get him into the whiskey. He starts pouring a drink quickly after seeing that.
I would chug whiskey too, watching these.
Yeah.
Dear God.
I know. And he rewatches, so would I, and he rewatches the video, and we know that one of the kids was missing. So her name was Stephanie, and she's not in that. So she wasn't hung. She's not there. She's missing. So yeah, Ellison's really trying to figure that out. So as he's watching these movies, right, as Ethan Hawke's character, Ellison's watching them, you see him kind of look around because he's hearing things in the house too. So he's a little skeptical about what's going on. But that doesn't deter him. He continues watching these movies. And the second one is a family back in the day. I believe this one's the family barbecue one. Right?
Yeah, like the 70s, I think. They have like the hair and the clothing.
Late 60s. And so it's this family having a barbecue. And then it switches to something more sinister.
If you will.
Yeah. It switches to a car, and it shows this car and people chained inside of it. And then someone sets it on fire. So effectively, this family has burned alive.
It's so eerie, though, like seeing it. They're like tied up in the back, and there are gasoline cans in the car. And like, picture a Super 8 video. There's no audio, right? It's just like the video of it.
No audio makes it more effective.
It is, and it's all dark and grainy, and it's like filming them in the back, and they're like the duct tape on their mouths and everything. And they're like, what's happening? And whatever, the killer person just lights a match.
Lights it on fire. They all die. Yeah. Ooh. But he's just watching these. I mean, there's snuff films. He's seeing people die on these films.
Yeah.
And so, with that, he picks up the phone and he calls the police, right? Because he's now seen these murders that happened. And he calls the police, but he does not get through to the sheriff. He, is doing some internal thinking. And it's been a minute since Ellison has had a successful book. And he now has in his possession videos, films of some families that have been murdered. And so, in his mind, he's thinking that he can use those to write his next big successful book.
And I think at this point, he's thinking that he might be onto something here. There might be some serial killer of families, right? Yeah. And he's the only one that has this information. So his hubris, right, is showing. Which kind of sets up the rest of the movie.
It does. And so he starts watching the next movie. And the next one is Pool Party.
Would you bang them out, though? I would bang them out. I'm like, what's the next one? Like, at this point, you're a little desensitized.
I would. Yeah, absolutely. I'd want to see what the rest of them were. I mean, I think what's coming at this point.
Yeah.
The next one's called Pool Party. He starts it, but at this point, I believe he starts it, but he doesn't finish it. If I recall correctly, he hears something in the house. He goes down the hallway, and there's a moving box at the end of the hallway. And all of a sudden, this child comes out of it, right? In a very creepy way. But he realizes that it's actually his son, Trevor. And we learn that Trevor has night terrors and he sleepwalks. And apparently he wakes up in various places around the house.
Yeah.
He woke up in a dryer once, I believe we learned in the movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Can you imagine waking up in the dryer? That is insane.
I mean, we've talked about this before. You definitely sleepwalk. I sleepwalked once and woke up in a weird place, but never the dryer and never in a box.
No, never the dryer. No.
Because you had to get into that box too and close it.
Exactly. But it's, he goes and at this point he goes and checks on his daughter, Ashley, who tells him that she also had a bad dream. Where the next morning everyone's having breakfast and the mom takes the kids to school. And now Ellison is back to his work. He can finish Pool Party that he started the night before.
He left it on a really high note. It's like, a nice little family video.
Yeah. Not so much when he continues it. So yeah, it is a nice family video at the beginning. They're all hanging out in the pool. And then
Nighttime.
it switches to the nighttime, and the whole family is drowned. They're taped to chairs, and then they're pulled into the pool, and they drown.
And there's like cinder blocks on the chairs, and they're pulled in. I mean, these guys, these snuff films are horrible. They're horrible.
They're horrible. They are horrifying.
Each one's worse than the next.
It's effective. They really are.
They really ramp it up.
This time, they do. And this time, though, in the pool party one, Ellison sees an image. So he sees a reflection in the water of the pool of what looks almost like a mask. Right? And so he notes that. And at this point, he's kind of looking at it. And then the actual film player catches fire. So apparently when he noticed that, the film player catches fire.
Yeah.
But at this point, Ellison's doing research about, if you can edit Super 8 film, because he's trying to see if these were edited somehow. Are these fake? Are these real? And he's really trying to understand more of that. And he also, I think actually a really good idea of what he does. He takes out his camcorder and he actually records the Super 8 films. So now he doesn't have to watch them. He records them and then he uploads it to his computer. So now he can watch them on his laptop.
Smart cookie, kind of.
It is.
Yeah.
He is smart. There's a fourth video of I don't know I can't recall what this one was called, but it's someone going through a house at night.
Oh,
and
God,
the
this
families, they slice open the necks of the family.
It's called Sleepy Time, isn't it?
Sleepy Time. Oh, I think it is called Sleepy Time. So Sleepy Time's that fourth video, and it is terrifying. They're all tied up. They get their necks slit. And, while he's watching all these, Ellison is just kind of drinking more and more as well.
Yeah.
We're seeing.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, do you blame the guy?
I think I would. But he's not even he's watching all of these people be murdered on film. So, 100% I would.
It's like murdered in slow motion, too. It's the worst.
Yeah, it is. I know. But he, in doing his research, because, if we see clips of Ellison's office, and he's really he's doing research, right? He's a true crime writer. So he's trying to figure out who is the person murdering these families. And we learned that, there's a connection between the families as well, right? That there was another family and there was a missing son when the family was found stabbed. So it seems that families are killed, but kids are, at least one kid is left behind.
Presumably kidnapped by the killer. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But again, as he's watching these films, Ellison is still hearing things around the house. So it seems to be affecting him, outside of him watching it in his office.
Yeah.
He hears something upstairs. The lights even turn out at one point. So the power goes off in the house. I guess it goes off in the entire neighborhood. And it's like an incredibly effective scene, right? Ellison goes looking to see where the noise came from. The lights are off, and all he has is his cell phone light. And he's going through the house, and it's incredibly freaky, like so effective.
But that's interesting because you're like, I like that they did like the power went out, because I'm like, turn on a damn light. Like, just turn on a light, man. Like,
but he couldn't. He couldn't.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it was
smart.
And we learned that the whole neighborhood, it went out. But he goes again up to the attic because he hears the noise up there. He finds a snake up there. He finds drawings in a box in the attic of these families. And then another character in these drawings called Mr. Boogie.
Mr. Boogie.
Right?
Great name.
And all these drawings are of these videos he's seen.
He's got a real pointy face.
Like the family stuff.
Real pointy face, Mr. Boogie. He's in the corner watching, judging. I don't know. He has a pointy face.
He does. The cops show up that night, so the deputy, the sheriff, and they're commenting on the fact that it's not possible to close the attic from the top, right? So the sounds he's hearing are probably squirrels. Again, they're trying to appease his concerns, right, about someone or something in the house. But during these interactions, as a lot of these horror movies do, some of the cops, they want to help the people trying to figure it out. And there's one deputy who gives him his number and he wants to help. And I think initially Ellison is a little skeptical about that.
Yeah.
But then he realizes that the deputy from this town could actually be really helpful and have resources that he doesn't have access to.
That's what I'm saying. It could have been a cop buddy comedy. Yeah. Like, I love the dialogue.
It could have been.
Between
he's great. I really
Ellison
like
and the deputy. It's like kind of funny. It's like the one comic relief.
And he's a super fan. So the deputy's a super fan of Ellison, and he wanted to get his autograph and everything. But basically, Ellison gives him the address of where all these murders happened. So the deputy's able to do a little research on that. And we find out more about that a little bit later. So we learn, the deputies now was equipped with the addresses of where these murders happened, and he does his research, and then he comes back to Ellison. Ellison shares that he thinks the murders are connected, right? And that they're more ritualized murders. And the deputy is the one that suggests that Ellison contact a local professor who specializes in the occult.
And the guy that plays this, I didn't even mention him. Vincent D'Onofrio.
From Law and Order.
Yeah, he's
D'Onofrio,
the best.
yeah. Oh, he's so good in this.
I'm kind of creeped out by him
amazing.
always, but he's great.
Yeah.
It's his voice.
He's so good in it.
And his
I know. He is kind of creepy.
Mannerisms, I guess.
All right, so Ellison now knows that he has to contact that professor, but he continues watching the videos. And the next video is of someone watching a family through the living room. And then it cuts to the lawnmower rolling over something, like a child, a family. And this is enough to freak Ellison out, and he just leaves the room. He can't deal with this.
Yeah.
So, at this point, we've seen several people being killed in various different ways in these movies. And Ellison does decide to contact the professor, Lucas Professor Jonas. And we learn that this image that he shared with him is actually an ancient symbol that's tied to this deity called Bugle. And Bugle...
We don't know how to pronounce it. Bugle, Bogle, something.
I don't know how to pronounce it. But, the gist of it is that he needs children to survive. He eats the souls of children. He traps them and consumes their souls over time.
Yeah.
He does. So, we learn that. Cut to middle of the night again. Ellison keeps kind of waking up in the middle of the night, going out to his office, and these snuff films are playing automatically. They're just playing on their own at this point.
Yeah. And his door, he will lock his door. It doesn't matter. He comes back. It doesn't matter. That door is wide open.
Yeah.
The snuff films are playing on his little makeshift screen that he put up with the sheet.
They are. But, he doesn't take it lying down. At least at this point, he grabs a bat because he's hearing things around the house, and he's just going throughout the house with his bat, right? The camera's on him. So we're seeing Ellison going around with the bat. He's hearing things. He does not see what's happening around him, but as audience members, we do. We see little ghost children.
Yeah.
It's incredibly creepy. It seems like there's these dead kids following him in a way around that house. And as Ellison's walking through the house and we're seeing kind of the things that are happening around him, it also goes to the little girl's room, to Ashley's room. And she's also apparently seeing things because she sees a little dead girl ghost in her room as well.
Yeah.
Cut to the next morning.
Stephanie, I think it was.
Ashley. Oh, yes. The dead girl, Stephanie, who was the girl that died.
The daughter's Ashley, the dead girl is Stephanie. Yeah.
The dead girl, Stephanie.
And she likes to swing.
Yeah, she does. But, the next morning, it's interesting, right? Because all this stuff is happening at night, and then the next morning, the film's no longer in the player. It seems like weird things are happening at night, and then there's sort of no evidence of it in the morning. But the next day, the deputy who's been helping out Ellison comes back. He asks about if there was anything weird or complaints from the other people who lived in the house, right? So we're starting to sort of see Ellison break down a bit. He's waking up in the middle of the night. These creepy things are happening. He's hearing things in the house. The deputy sort of thinks that would happen to anyone who moved into a house where a whole family was murdered. He doesn't really believe him that things are happening in this house.
But the best dialogue of the whole thing was I don't believe in that. Ellis doesn't believe because he spent the night on the couch with a bat, basically trying to whatever.
With a bat, he wakes up with the bat in his hand. Yeah.
And when the deputy comes over and he's like, "Well, I don't believe in any of that," he's like, "Do you?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I believe in it. And if I moved into a house where 4 people were murdered, I'd be scared." He doesn't calm him down at all. It's so funny.
No, he doesn't. And dude, you chose to move in there.
Yeah.
You knew that people were murdered and there was a missing kid. But at this point also, things are escalating. Remember that deal that they made with his daughter Ashley at the beginning, that the paint would only be inside the room?
Yeah.
only paint in the room. That was clearly foreshadowing this moment. Paintings moved outside the room, clearly. And we learned, that Stephanie used to live there. She talks about it. She painted a photo outside her brother's room.
What's the photo of, Al? What's the photo of?
It's her swinging in a tire swing.
Yeah,
Stephanie swinging in a tire swing.
The dead girl Stephanie swinging in a tire swing, like right front and center in the hallway. And the mom is not happy.
Yeah, mom is not happy. And at this point, there's a scene where Tracy and Ellison really get into it.
Yeah.
They have a fight about legacy. Ellison's like, this next book is his legacy. Tracy's like, your kids are your legacy.
Yeah.
Talk about that later.
But it's funny too, because I actually love that scene, the back and forth. But then it's like, you put our family at risk, because he finally lets her know that the house was the house, where the 4 people were murdered. And he's like, at risk of what? Drawings on the wall? Because at this point, like, what are you at risk of? You know what I mean? Like, if you don't believe in it, it's just a little, your kid drew on the wall,
Yeah. Yeah, because she didn't experience what he's experiencing in the middle of the night.
I mean, was she right? Yeah. But like at this point, we don't know.
Or maybe a woman's intuition. You're right, though. She doesn't know at this point. No one knows.
I don't know why I'm so annoyed by her, but that whole scene just annoyed me for some reason.
I wonder who your villain is.
Just did.
But so it's nighttime now. And this scene is just an important one. So again, Ellison's always waking up in the middle of the night. But this time, it's almost like someone's recording him. Right? There's like a light on him, almost like a video camera light on him. He wakes up, he hears sounds, he goes to the office. The attic stairs are down. And naturally, those attic stairs are down, so he goes on up.
Yeah, I mean, as you do.
Goes up.
You go right on up there.
Stairs are down, inviting you up there.
Like, okay.
He goes up, and what he sees a bunch of dead ghost children watching a video of the Mr. Boogie, of this entity, this demon, right? Yep. And they turn to him and they do I'm doing it, but I like the shush thing.
So good.
Right.
The makeup in that scene is great.
It's so good. It's so good.
They look real ghost-like, guys.
They do. But you know what? Ellison's had enough at this point, and he takes those films outside and he sets them on fire.
Yeah.
He sets them on fire, and now he's like, yeah, you know what, Tracy? Right, we got to get out of here.
Let's go.
We can't stay here anymore. So they leave. They, wake the kids up, go out to the car. They leave. On their drive away, they get pulled over by the cops, by the sheriff.
Of course.
Yeah, as you do. They say that they're leaving. He doesn't seem that concerned. He seems actually relatively pleased that they're leaving.
What's his shift? Like, he's like the overnight shift, this dude?
Yeah.
In this random road in Pennsylvania?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know what? They're going home. So they're moving this new house. They're going back to their original house, which turns out is like absolutely beautiful. It's huge.
In a state.
It is.
They're all happily putting their stuff back. I'm like, you were gone for like 2 weeks. You were going to sell this house and move to Pennsylvania and then buy it back. Like, I don't understand the logistics. Why didn't they just stay at this beautiful estate and he could go?
I don't know, Ash.
Do his
done
stuff.
his research.
And then we wouldn't have a movie,
He wouldn't
I guess.
have got the Super 8 films, yeah.
Well,
but
he was ignoring his family anyway. Why do you have to move the kids' schools and ignore his wife? He could have just stayed there.
I don't know. All right. It's part of the plot. Can we get to the end of this?
Yes. We don't know how long this has been. I think it's been 2 weeks. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it's been that long. Yeah, I don't think it's been long.
What?
But they're back home, and
everything's
Ellison
great.
gets an email from that professor.
The end.
Yeah, things are going well. Yeah, not quite. We're now in the third act. Ellison gets an email from his professor friend about the deity Bugle, and we learned that a little more about it, and that people actually believed that his vision, the deities in the images themselves, that they were actually gateways to his realm.
Okay.
So the images themselves, the film themselves, seeing him on it, they were actually gateways. And it could actually take possession of those who saw the images. And children in particular were the most susceptible. So Ellison thinks that if you destroy those images, that he would no longer have access. And so he trashes all the videos that are on his computer.
Yeah. The law of thermodynamics is about to come into play here, everybody.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But he's moving around. I can't recall where he finds it, but he finds that box of those films again.
Out in the attic.
In his old house.
He also has an attic in this house, and they are right back there. Home.
I could not recall where it was.
Home movies, fresh as a daisy,
This is not a ranch.
in the attic.
This is not a ranch style house. I know. He burned them. They are back. Home movies are there.
Let's go.
And now they include extended cuts. Yeah. So it's not just the ones he saw before, but there's extended cuts. So he's like, I love what he's like.
Okay.
Obviously surprised that the movies are there again, but he's like, okay, I guess I have to watch the extended cuts now.
Well, he has to because he learned how to edit the video. He had to take the pieces of the film and put it, put it in the
But
film.
you know what, Ellison, he's resourceful.
I was impressed.
Resourceful. He assembles them so we can watch them. All this time, his cell phone's blowing up. The deputy's trying to reach him.
Yeah.
But he keeps ignoring that.
Yeah. He's ghosting that deputy.
All right, so the deputy's been trying to reach him. He finally picks up, and we learn from the deputy that each family that was killed had previously lived in one of the homes where the murder happened.
Yeah.
Now, this family, Ellison's family, they previously lived in the home where that other murder happened, right? Mm-hmm. And this pattern goes back. So the deputy even tells them that they've effectively, by moving from that home, put themselves in that timeline.
Right. I want to unpack this a little bit later. I don't really get this, but let's continue for the sake of the movie.
Let's unpack it. We're almost done with the movie synopsis. But at this point, Ellison watches the extended cuts, and it shows in the hanging one that it was actually the daughter, Stephanie, who killed the family.
She climbs on down from that tree.
She does, and she comes out. She does the shush thing.
She also hangs on her dead father's torso and spins around like her tire swing. It's very disturbing. Everybody, very disturbing.
Yeah, and the same thing happened with all of the other videos. Yeah. The missing child was actually the one that killed the family.
And it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that later, just in terms of how the kills were carried out. Yeah.
But so he's kind of figured this out. It was the kids that killed the family. Mm-hmm. And he had been drinking out of his coffee mug. I think it was coffee. I don't even think it was whiskey. I think it was coffee.
That was coffee.
He realizes that he was drugged. Mm-hmm. There's something in that coffee. He's getting a little sleepy. And Ellison was actually drugged. So cut to them waking up. Ellison wakes up. He's all tied up. So is the rest of his family. Well, not the rest of his family, but his wife, Tracy, their son, Trevor, mm-hmm. and little Ashley, little daughter, tells him, "Don't worry, Daddy. I'll make you famous again."
Great line.
Great line. And she's got that Super 8 recorder out, that recorder. She's recording it. And she just has what is it? It's not a machete. It's
an axe.
Like an axe. Is it an axe?
Yeah, it's an axe.
What is it? I thought it was like a blood. I thought it was like a solid thing. Oh, it's an axe.
It's an axe. Okay. Oh, what is that device? The wooden device with the thing on the end. No, it's an axe.
No, I thought it was. No. I thought it was like a solid end.
It is a sharp. What do you mean? It's a sharp,
I don't know why
shining axe. Okay.
Okay. And she just bludgeons them all. She murders her entire family. Blood just everywhere.
And they don't show. They actually only show when she lifts and they're all drugged, right? She lifts the axe and you don't actually see her chopping them up, but she's dismembering them all. Yeah.
But you see the blood. You see the blood.
You do see the blood. There's a lot of blood.
You do. And you see that it's everywhere.
Painted on the wall, if you will.
It is. And the scene, I mean, it's kind of interesting that the poster for this movie is literally that scene where she's kind of walking along.
Yeah, but it's not her. It's someone with blonde hair. They did that on purpose.
Oh, so they changed it. Yeah. So then we see what happens. So she's murdered the family. The Mr. Boogie, this deity, takes Ashley. So he's behind her, and he actually takes her, and they go into the video. So the video is still playing. They go into it.
But there's one last thing that she does before she goes into the video. She draws on that box. So when Ellison went to the attic and he found the box, and on the top of the box there were these drawings.
Yeah.
She goes and she draws her kill,
the family,
which is
her kill.
Everyone else, like the hanging people, the drowning, all that. Hers is like the dismembered members of her family.
House painting. It's called house painting. Yeah, because so they go into it's like reverse ring. They go into the video.
Yeah.
And they disappear into the video. And then there is the new film called House Painting. Yeah. And then there's a jump scare. Wait, what happened? What's the jump scare at the end? I can't remember.
Oh, the jump scare is Mr. Boogie coming into frame. And that's it on the side. She's like, blah.
Yeah. So there's loud music. Mr. Boogie comes into frame at the very end of the movie. And that's Sinister 2012.
What a movie. I think the runtime's like 90 minutes, maybe a little longer.
It's a little longer than 90.
It's a quick. It goes by fast. Like rewatching it, I was like delighted and watched the whole thing in one sitting. It was amazing. Thank you for that synopsis. That was, detailed, and I can't wait to unpack some of the, kind of intricate things a little bit later. Yeah. But I do have some behind the scenes, some kind of background information.
Yes, I'm so excited for this.
So, because we mentioned The Ring, right? So there were co-writers. It was Robert Cargill and Derrickson, right? They were the two co-writers, and it actually was inspired by The Ring. So Cargill saw it in 2002, The Ring in 2002, and the whole thing kind of set up the screenplay for Sinister, right? So he kind of, and it makes sense, Mr. Boogie and all that. He like reconceptualized what the boogeyman was, right? And called it Mr. Boogie, and he wanted to involve children, trying to like capture the children and all of that. So it definitely was inspired by The Ring. But he also had a nightmare. So he had a nightmare where he went to the attic and discovered a film.
Oh, really?
Yes, depicting the film where someone hung an entire family. Right, so he just watched The Ring, I guess, and he had a nightmare, and he went up to the attic. He had this nightmare of someone going to he went up to the attic and saw this film of an entire family being hung. So that's where he went. It was The Ring, this weird nightmare, and all of that, and he came up with the plot of Sinister. And Scott Derrickson, the other co-writer and director, he's had quite the career, right? So he did Sinister 2, which is like a flop. Right, it didn't do well. I actually thought it was okay, but it didn't do well. You know what else he did, Al? The Black Phone.
I knew he did the Black Phone. Also, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, exactly.
We like Black Phone 1. Those of you who've been following us, not big fans of Black Phone 2.
We couldn't even finish Black Phone 2. We tried multiple times.
So bad.
We will never do Black Phone 2. Maybe it's like a comedy. Black Phone 1 for sure. Black Phone 2, I don't even know how it ends. I couldn't. I'm like, what in the Nightmare on Elm Street is this? I don't even know what's happening. This is so bad.
No.
And you know what else he did? Which I really want to do on our pod, The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, that is like a top one for me. We're definitely doing that one on the pod.
Yeah, it's so good. Okay, and I wanted to talk, the reason I brought up the lawnmower scene. So the lawnmower scene is widely regarded.
It was so minimal in the movie. It was like 2 seconds.
I know, but it was the lawnmower in the dark, like going over the grass, and all of a sudden it like goes over like a person, and it's like Ethan Hawke's like scream when it happens, like, oh my god, because that's like terrifying. That's like horrible if you think about it. But that's like widely regarded as like the scariest part of the movie. And listen to this. So they did an actual scientific study where they looked at, they measured heart rates of people watching all these horror movies, and that's why Sinister. There's all these things online saying it's like the scariest film ever made, based on this like one scientific study where the heart rate spikes were like the highest in Sinister. And I guess the lawnmower scene in particular, people's heart rates like spiked right up. So again, it went from like your resting heart rate was like 65 or 70 up to like 86 or like 131 or something, the highest like scare.
131.
Yeah, I guess like when you're really scared. And guess what the other, I'll round out the top 5. And I don't know if some of these you'll find surprising. So they did
horror
this study.
Movies that gave the highest heart rate.
So it was a scientific study they did a few years ago.
You want to guess?
No, I can just tell you. But
can I guess?
You can guess.
Paranormal Activity.
No, it's not on here. It's not on here. This is the study done like a few years ago. And I don't know. Okay, I didn't read the study. I don't know. And I don't think it was like a peer-reviewed study.
Is it published in a...
No,
okay.
I think it was like a YouTube thing. But they like measure people's heart rates. And I guess the other ones, so I guess Sinister came out the most because it had the biggest jump. And then the other ones were Host from 2020. The highest jump was up to like 130 beats per minute. Skinamarink.
Okay, the telephone. It's that
the
one scene. It's the
scene.
telephone scene.
So it's all based on like the jumps. If you have like the biggest jump from your resting heart rate, it was going to...
It wasn't average. It was maximum.
Maximum, yeah.
So
the
like
biggest jump.
one scary... Because like we have to look this up. It's that telephone scene, Skinamarink.
But
I jumped out of my seat.
In Sinister, yes, for sure. Sinister was apparently the lawnmower scene. Insidious, which I actually agree with.
Okay.
It went up to like 133 or something. So that actually was on par with Sinister. I don't know the actual like metrics. And then The Conjuring was the other one. So
they clap.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of stuff happened there. Yeah, definitely the clap. So yeah, you can read about it online, but that's why like it's been hailed like the scariest movie ever. I mean, it is pretty scary. Okay, so the name, right? The name of Ethan Hawke's character. Right. What is it? What's his actual name? Ellison Oswald. Ellison Oswald. So he was named after two people. And this is actually pretty hilarious. The first one makes sense. Harlan Ellison. He was like a sci-fi horror writer. I guess he wrote like short films and things like that. And then the other one, who do you think of when you think of like Oswald? The comedian.
Harvey Oswald?
No. Patrick Oswald, the comedian, is who he's named after. Like totally random. His last name.
Wait,
the guy from like Kings of Queens.
Yeah.
King of Queens.
The brother.
Apparently,
why?
I don't know why. I don't know if they were like buddies or I don't know. That's
they must have been.
That's all the trivia I have. Okay, so then we talked about the snuff films, right? They were like horribly gruesome and they were tough to film, right? So the first one, the hanging of the family,
the whole family. Yeah.
So it was played by stuntmen, obviously, right? But I guess something happened, like the stunt coordinator made a mistake, and one of the actors came like loose or something from the harness, so he was like fired after that. And then the other kind of traumatic filming scene was them being pulled into the pool, which was real. They actually had the actors taped down and they pulled them into the pool with like those cinder block things. So that was actually real, which you wouldn't think it would be. And then the guy that played Mr. Boogie, because when we talked about, but they zoomed in on Mr. Boogie, that's kind of the first time you see him in the pool, and he had to like stay underneath water. They filmed him underwater, right, for like, I don't know, quite some time. So that was all done real. So kind of like a complicated filming scene. But yeah, those are some of the behind the scenes for Sinister. All right, it is time for 3-sentence sips. Allie, it's your turn this week. What do you got? Give us your 3 sentences of this movie.
All right, I'm excited. Yes. I also love just how lengthy we make these, but okay, here are my 3-sentence sips to describe Sinister.
Let's go.
A true crime writer moves his family into a house where a previous family was hung and finds some creepy tapes in the attic.
Nonsense.
Watches them, revealing a bunch of family killings.
Oh.
With the help of the local deputy and professor, he uncovers a demon that preys on children who is likely responsible for the killings. After some weird, haunting stuff happens, Ellison moves his family out of the current house to their old house, only for them to be drugged and killed by his possessed daughter, who vanishes into the film with the demon in the end.
Okay, these are getting ridiculous. These are the longest sentences ever. You know what? Let's just not do synopsis and just do 3-sentence sips and call it a night. You know what I mean? We don't need to go through it. You just did it.
You know what? I did it. Did you like it?
I did. That was really well done. Some run-on sentences, but I really enjoyed it. Okay, it is time for Screamometer. I'm so excited. You have to go first because it's like a tradition. What are you giving this one?
I will go first. So my Screamometer is based on rewatch, and I'll talk about what I would have given it the first time around.
Oh, no.
It's not a no-no. It's not a no-no, Ash.
Oh.
Upon rewatch, and I watched it again for the first, and this was only the second time I've seen it. So I saw it for the first time, I believe, in the theater back in 2012, and then I watched it again just this week. Actually, I had never seen it since then. And so much so that I didn't even recall the ending. Like, it was almost like I was watching it for the first time. I did not recall all the things about the ending. I'm giving Sinister, upon rewatch, an 8 out of 10.
Okay, bravo.
An 8 out of 10, yeah. I think on the first time I watched it, probably would have said a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 on rewatch.
Yeah.
Still did it for me. Still creepy. Not paranormal level, though. So I can't rate it that high, but 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with you. I also gave it an 8 out of 10.
All right. Okay.
I watched this in the theater. Did you watch it in the theater?
I watched it in the theater.
I
yes, in
left
California.
the theater. I think I watched it with like my bandmate or something. I'm like, you have to like walk me home. I can't like be alone right now. This is so crazy. And I remember being absolutely terrified. But on rewatch, I loved it. I loved it. I thought there were scares. Absolutely.
It's a great movie.
And if you forget too, you're like watching it, you're like, oh my God, that's so scary. And
I didn't remember it, Ash. Like, I didn't remember all the details. I really didn't, because I'd only seen it that one time.
It's good. It's just a great movie. But yeah, if our barometer is like paranormal, like, yeah, it's an 8 for sure. Okay, it is time for Sip and Tell, where we discuss our personal experiences related to the content of the movie. So what have you got for Sinister? Allie, I know you have a good one, and I'm so excited.
I have two. I just have two things, but I have one. So two things with this.
Okay.
The Super 8, the camera.
Yeah.
Do you remember this, Ash, from our childhood?
That's
we had
mine.
that camera.
That is my
Okay.
Sip and Tell.
All right, you can tell that one. I have my own.
Okay, well,
I have my own.
So my only Sip and Tell is this. So we have one of those old school Super 8 cameras, which were kind of like really fun to film with. And we used to just film it. Like, were we filming anything? We didn't even know what we were doing. We were just like walking around.
I think, you know what, Ash? I think we thought we were.
We thought we were.
But have anyone ever seen those tapes? I don't know.
You would press the button. It was like fun to look in because you could like zoom in.
It was fun.
And stuff. But then like years later, our Aunt Fern, right? Didn't she digitized a bunch of these old videos and watching it. So there was no sound. So it was just like the grainy video of like my mom and like our father and like friends and all this stuff like growing up was so cool to see.
So cool.
And it's without the video, without the audio, it's like, it's those things that you see in like the movies, but it was really, really cool to see it back. And you're like, oh, that's actually real. But I remember the actual camera, and we used to like go around filming stuff in quotation marks. It was like so cool.
We did.
And it was like cordless, right? Because you would just like film it on the
Mom,
thing.
do you still have it? Like,
Yeah,
I want
Mom,
to know, like, Mom, where is that? I want that.
I know, it's so cool. Like I want to film on it, and that stuff's like back in these days. So I remember like the feeling of the camera. I remember going around like filming things that at least we thought we were. You know, and we loved doing all that stuff and like framing the shot and all of that. So yeah, those cameras are like retro, but like so cool.
They are.
So
and
yeah.
And it also, you know what? We're doing some foreshadowing of our own.
So our next episode, we're going to be covering Beazle, which is a horror movie that is streaming right now. We're very excited. And for that episode, we're going to have a very, very special guest. Yeah. And
I know.
We're so
I'm
excited.
so excited that we're doing guests now. We've been really excited about this one. We are going to have LaJohn Woods, the star of Beazle, on our next episode, and we could not be more excited.
So excited. He's the star of Beazle and many other really fun movies that we love, and we cannot wait to talk to him. That's our next episode. And what is your other Sip and Tell for Sinister?
Yeah. Well, you know, Ellison grabbed that bat and carried it around. So I'm going to go back. I may have talked about this before on the pod, but you know what? I'm bringing it back. So when we were living in California, current husband had a wooden baseball bat, exactly like Ellison had under the bed, you know, just in case anything happened.
It's an effective weapon.
It is, right? You know, it is effective. And so that was always under a bed. You know, I don't know if I have it here in Baltimore, but we did have it in California, and there was a night when we were hearing these weird sounds. And he took that bat and went downstairs, and it turns out it was like a cat.
Yeah, you did tell that before. Yeah, but the wooden bat as a weapon, I guess, to defend your family, rings true for me. We had one, so yeah, that definitely brought me back. You know what rings true for me?
Yeah. What?
Middle of the night, going to my office with no windows and just chugging whiskey.
Whiskey.
I'm kidding.
What about like a video playing?
Yeah.
Can you imagine going to your office and like that's playing like, and he just goes on in like, I would run the other direction.
I can't imagine like his office. Okay, his office in that movie.
It's pretty nice.
Even the Pennsylvania was like, it was like the biggest room, right? I'm like, this is pretty nice.
It was.
I mean, his office in the other house was just like beautiful. But yeah, I mean, I would be into an office like that. That'd be cool. I want the bulletin board.
So you'd be willing,
I want to put the yarn on everything.
But you'd be willing to go in. You're like, because you love your office so much. If like you, in the middle of the night, there's just a video playing in there and you didn't turn that on.
I'm going to go in and turn it off. I'm like, well, it's my office. What's going on in here? You know, I want to get to the bottom of this. It's my office. Okay, let's move on to sips and scares. Let's discuss the scariest parts of Sinister. And we both gave it an 8. And I have a very long list.
Okay, why don't we start with you, Ash?
Okay.
Because I have a list, but a lot of mine may be on yours. So I think we should start with you.
So I think the first scare for me was that box, right? He goes like, what's in the box? And it's his kid, Spider-Man. Spider walking out of that box. I mean, that was like terrifying. Come on.
What in The Exorcist, right?
Yeah, what in The Exorcist? Exactly. Yeah. That's you're getting into cliches and ripoffs, but yes. I thought the first reveal of the monster, Mr. Boogie, in the pool was pretty striking. Right, because you zoom in, it's the first time you see him. I'm like, oh no,
but not that one.
No, there's another one. Yeah.
Okay, you're getting to it.
You say it. What's the other one? Because I think I had the same one.
The other one is when he's watching the video, but it's on a still. He pauses the the film, and he's looking away. But as the audience, we can still see the screen, and Mr. Boogie moves.
Yes, he moves like in the video and looks at you.
Yeah, that was amazing. It was the image on his computer and it moved. That was incredible.
Another one involving Mr. Boogie is when, and you didn't talk about this in the synopsis, but it was another scene where he likes to print out screenshots. Ellison, he likes to print them out and look at them and like put them on his bulletin board with the yarn. Right, he likes doing that. Yeah. But he prints out this one where the family hanging, and then he like zooms in and he sees Mr. Boogie in the background, which is his backyard. Right, so he goes up to the window and puts up this picture that he printed out of his backyard where Mr. Boogie is in like the shrubs or something, like Homer Simpson, guys, like Homer Simpson going back into the shrubs, like that's him. And he puts it up to the window, and then he pulls it down, and then he puts it up again, and then he pulls it down, and then Mr. Boogie's there in his backyard. This is in the night, and he goes out. He's like, oh my God. He goes outside, and there's all this, for some reason, all this fog. There's all this swirling fog in Pennsylvania. And he goes out, he's like looking for Mr. Boogie, and his son is there. All of a sudden, his son is there in the bushes, Homer Simpsoning in the bushes, with just his face with his night terrors. And he grabs his son and brings him inside. And then he goes back out, and there's a Cujo dog there. There's a Cujo dog. Yeah. It looks like Cujo.
There is.
And there's another scene. This whole scene is like pretty scary. Cujo's like freaking out. I'm going to call him Cujo. He's like, "Rrr." And then behind Ellison, in the fog and the mist, is the dead family, like their ghosts or whatever. It's just like really, really quick. But I thought that was pretty effective and pretty scary.
The thing, I love how they showed the audience things that he couldn't see. Yeah. And a lot of them weren't jump scares. They were kind of things just in the background. I really liked that.
Mm-hmm. So you talked about like 3/4 in, I think, it's finally revealed that there are ghost children, right? And there's this really scary scene in his office where he's just kind of there. And like you said, he doesn't see it. We see it as the audience.
We see it as the audience.
The ghost girl, Stephanie, just appears behind him with the weird makeup and everything. Oh, and that was scary. And then she runs away. They're always like running away. And then you see like a bunch of the other children, and then they kind of come into frame, and then they run away. That was pretty scary. I thought that was scary for sure. And I mean, definitely the final jump scare of Mr. Boogie, he comes into frame, and I'm waiting for it. I'm like, I forgot to. I'm like, what's going to happen?
I forgot to.
That was scary. And then the kids, like the extended endings, but the kids were like,
I have it written down. The extended cut endings were so good when the kids come into it and do the shush. Yeah. Like that actually may have been the top scares for me because it was just so effective.
And especially the first time. So the first time you're seeing it, even the second time it's still good. But the first time you're seeing it, you're like, you don't know. You think it's like a serial killer. Seeing the kids come into frame, you're like, what? This is so...
But I didn't remember the ending, Ash. So that was all, like, I didn't remember.
Oh, you're just like, I'm seeing this for the first time.
I don't know what I thought it was. It was like I was seeing it for the first time, which was so weird because I definitely watched it. But I think there's been so many movies since then that I just couldn't distinguish. And so I forgot this was how this one ended.
And people definitely debate this on like Reddit and stuff. They're like, it would have been cooler if it was like a serial killer of families than like make it like about the evil kids being possessed by Mr. Boogie or whatever. But there are so many hints. Rewatching it, I loved actually. So like the whole thing with the family hanging, like how could a kid do that? So like it was like a pulley system because he could like they couldn't she couldn't like lift them and stuff. She had to like learn how to do that.
That's why it was a pulley system.
And that's why that they always had to like drug them. Because like, how are you going to incapacitate or like overcome like adults, right? So they would like drug them and like put them in the car, somehow drag them. I don't think Mr. Boogie was like helping them. So some of these things were like very kind of intricate things where you would need, you know, some kind of...
Wait, you just wouldn't have the strength to hang it. Yeah, but that's why they needed the pulley system.
Yeah, the pulley system and everything else you had to drug them, right? So they could drag them and I guess they were able to like tie them up at the end and she wielded the axe and chopped them up. I don't know. It's kind of... There are some plot holes, but they kind of made it seem like these things were in place so like a kid could have done it, I guess. Okay, we're moving on to cliches and ripoffs. And again, I think this movie was fantastic. I think there were some cliches, definitely ripoffs, and ripoffs since. So what have you got, Allie?
Yeah, I think for me, one of the number one ones, Amityville horror, right? Being in the house. Being possessed, even the fighting between them, the kids and everything. I think Amityville.
At the end when they leave in the car, Amityville.
Yeah,
for sure.
When they leave in the car. So Amityville. It.
Oh, It.
It.
Oh.
Do you recall the yellow raincoat?
No.
The little kid in the yellow raincoat that they were showing?
What?
In it?
In this movie?
There's like in this movie, there's like the kid in the yellow raincoat that they show.
No.
Like one of the ghost kids.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And I have to think that it was a yellow raincoat on purpose. So definitely It. Obviously The Ring.
The snuff films.
About that.
The Ring, for sure.
Snuff films. I mean, Super 8 literally was a horror movie about snuff films.
Yeah.
Poltergeist. That kitchen, that morning breakfast scene in the kitchen really reminded me of Poltergeist so much.
Okay, can we talk about the breakfast scene? And I meant to mention this in synopsis.
Yeah, let's. Please.
Cliches. Okay, every high school like movie ever, they're like, okay, kids, there's this like huge spread of like waffles and eggs and all this stuff. And they sit down for 2 seconds. It's like, oh, we gotta go to school.
The mom made it, and the dad and the kids come out.
And the dad, and she's like a servant for some reason, like serving them and stuff. Like what year is this? And then it's like, oh, we gotta go to school. They're like, he's like, okay, kids, like put some stuff on your toast. Let's leave the mess for mom. Even though he's home all day, this whole thing makes no sense.
Yeah. Does he not clean it? Do we think that Ellison isn't cleaning that?
He's not.
Leaves it for the mom?
I think takes care of the house. He writes. That's all he does. That's all this man does. What
does she do? Yeah, I
don't think she does anything and manages the home. But I'm like, they come down. I'm like, why didn't you wake them up earlier? They're there for like 30 seconds. It's this like huge.
I mean, Ash, I agree.
Like what? So that in itself is a cliche for sure. 1408.
Okay, yeah, no, 1408.
Tortured.
Yes. He is him.
Torture writer.
Sorry, what was his name? In 1408.
Oh my goodness, this is our very first episode, everybody. I mean, John Cusack.
I know.
Guys, it was John Cusack.
Yeah, but John Cusack, but his name, Mike Ellis.
Mike Ellis.
He is Mike Ellis.
He's Mike Ellis.
Yeah, Ellison is Mike Ellis.
Yeah.
Mike
and you know
Ellis
what?
Is Ellison.
They both like their whiskey, don't they?
They do. They do.
You know
like
who else liked their whiskey? Jack from The Shining. Also a tortured writer. You can't be a torture writer unless you drink whiskey like straight out the bottle.
What about what is it? Hemingway. He liked his rum. You know what we have not done yet on Sips and Screams is rum. Ash, let's find a good rum one to do.
Let's do it because I like rum. I live in Florida.
Me too.
Like I enjoy my rum.
Give me a rum runner.
Yeah, let's go. Allie, Gulf Coast Allie loves her rum runners.
Gulf Coast Allie.
Pina coladas.
I do. I mean, there's nothing better.
She enjoys it.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Okay. I talked earlier about the fact that Mr. Boogie resembles another really famous and beloved villain. The Saw villain. Right? Wait,
I was going to go somewhere else.
Okay, okay. But let me explain. the mask is almost the exact same. It's like the red and the white and the things. It looks exactly like the Saw guy.
It's not red. It is the exact same as the Scream. It's the Scream mask.
No. What are you talking about? It's Scream.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? It is not white and black. Scream. No.
It's like the Scream mask with the eyes and the mouth.
Absolutely not. It is Saw. Absolutely. Well, you need to go back with the pointy thing.
Listeners, is it Scream or is it Saw?
It's Saw. It's 100%
I think it's close
Saw.
to Scream.
No, it's not even close to Scream. What do you mean?
Saw has like the red, like the jigsaw thing here. No, absolutely
that's
not.
what it was. It was like a red, white, and black thing.
It wasn't red. It was like black and white.
No, it was. Okay. Go to the last frame of the movie when he's like behind. It's not Scream.
Ash is really
It's more like clown-like Saw. I am upset.
I think it's Scream.
No, it's not. Okay.
I think it's Ghostface.
Okay.
It's Ghostface.
It's not Ghostface. It is Saw for sure.
It's Ghostface.
You guys can chime in. Okay. I have two more. The Exorcist, the spider walk, which they totally lifted from The Exorcist when the kid comes out
100%.
who's doing like the backward.
Yes.
And that's actually a deleted scene from The Exorcist, but we're going to cover The Exorcist, I don't know, maybe episode 50.
But it's like the best scene.
We're saving
I can't
it.
believe they deleted it.
I know, it's the best. And I have one more. The box. So when the kid's in the box, he had to get in the box and shut the things behind him. So The Office, I love The Office. So does my sister. When Dwight gets in the box and they like tape him in, and he's like poking the holes.
Tape him in.
He was giving Dwight in that scene. So
he was giving Dwight.
He was giving
You're
Dwight
right, Ash.
when
He
he's
really was.
in the warehouse in the box. Okay, it's time for alternate endings.
Yes.
I'm so excited
I've
for
been
this.
waiting for this.
Okay, so there is an alternate ending
Okay.
that they showed test audiences, and they hated it.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay.
All right. They hated the alternate one, but they were cool with like everyone dying.
Yeah, they
in
were
this
cool
one.
with it.
Okay.
They were cool with it.
All right.
They didn't like this alternate ending. So the alternate ending was, so he gets, Oswald still gets poisoned or whatever. And I guess this entity is like Mr. Boogie or his disciples. I don't know, some demon thing comes and takes a bite out of him. And they take a bite out of him.
Out of Ellison?
Yeah, out of Ellison.
Where?
I don't know where. I don't know what part of the body. Okay, I will give you the information that I have.
That's important to me. I need to know.
I don't know. I'm thinking the neck. Just that seems like a vampire. Okay, let's say it's the neck. And then this like green, like fluorescent, like liquid thing kind of comes out, which that makes sense to me. Because remember when Oswald like took the drink and then he sets it down, there's some weird fluorescent
It was like
green.
There was fluorescent green in
So
it.
that's apparently that went in his body and this demon took it out. But people didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. So
Wait. Sorry. What was the point of doing that?
I don't know, like to make it more like, I don't know the point of it, Al. It was an alternate ending, but they did it.
But
people
did it
didn't
end
like
the same with like the little girl like going into the frame? That was just like
I think it ended the same. Yeah. Or it might not have. I don't have all the information, to be honest.
it wasn't really an alternate ending. It was a deleted scene.
No. This was the alternate ending that people didn't like.
That's how it ended. Just someone taking a bite out of him and him spewing green liquid.
So green liquid, something like that.
And that was it? And it ended that way?
Well, I think there was still something with like Mr. Boogie, but that was like a thing. How it ended.
I need more information, Ash.
This was like my internet research, okay? Okay, but there is more information. There are way more deleted scenes. There's this whole deleted character the neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah, there was this disgruntled neighbor. Her name was Fran, played by Angela Bettis. I guess she was in a bunch of like B horror movies, and she was in Girl Interrupted. Angela Bettis.
Jolie.
Yeah, she was Angela Jolie. And so, yeah, you can go watch these on YouTube, actually. You can't watch the alternate ending, the one that I horribly described, but you can watch these deleted scenes.
I'm not sure I want to watch that, honestly. I mean, I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know. He takes a bite out of him, and there's some like weird fluorescent thing, like Spider-Man.
What happens after that?
I don't know what happens after. Can I move on to the deleted scenes? Okay.
Yes.
So Fran, she's the neighbor, and there's two scenes, and they were cut because it was like, I think it was like 8 minutes or something. They cut it for time, but I would have loved these scenes. They're so good. So she comes over, and Ellis, it's like when they first moved in, she comes over like to the fence or something, and then says he's like staring in the backyard. She's like, oh, staring at it won't make you solve the murder. And he's like, oh, she's like, but I'd be happy to talk to you about it sometime. So he goes over to her house and they have coffee, and then she tells him about the family and how they were like really close with her and her husband. But the little girl was a little weird. She like says this. So kind of like it actually primes you to think that maybe it was the kid.
Because you don't think it's the kid. Like you that first time watched it, you really
if you watch this, you would definitely think that like something's up with the kid. But she was really good in it. And I guess so her scenes were cut and like last minute the director told her, and then apparently like she was like, okay. And then she still went to like the movie premiere and everything, but she had like a prominent role. It was really weird.
That's crazy.
And it was kind of because everything else was so insular, right? Everything was in the house. So it was kind of nice to like take you outside of it. So go watch them on YouTube. I actually thought the scenes were really great. Okay, it is time for the villain. Who is the villain of this movie? What do you think?
Yeah. You're going to say I always do this. The villain of this movie, I think, is the wife, Tracy.
I agree.
She's the one that forces them to move, and that honestly sets their fate. So I got to say, it's the wife, Tracy, or it's the sheriff.
Okay.
Maybe they're both, but I'm going to say the wife, Tracy. I think she's the villain. I mean, I think she's not supporting him in his career. She makes the move, and that ultimately leads to their demise.
Okay. So I hate like blaming the woman, but she like gives him that weird ultimatum where she's like, well, this has to work.
She's going to take the kids.
Otherwise, I'm going to take the kids. Okay. But I think we only think this because of the deleted scenes, the scenes that were deleted with the neighbor. Because
I want the deleted scenes.
In the deleted scenes, the neighbor takes the wife's side, and it's actually great because she's like, oh, like what do you do? He's like, oh, I write, and my wife takes care of the house and everything. And she's like, but you work from home, so you can't do both. And he's like, well, no, like she does all that. And then she's like, oh, that must be really hard for her. So you kind of get the empathy for the wife more when they cut that. You're like, oh, she's like the villain. But yeah, she was like just, and it's like the way she was written, it was just like annoying, right?
No, it was annoying, and it was the suffering wife, and following him along and not having her own ambition. Yeah, I didn't like it, but when you do think about it, and the fact that they moved and she was not supportive of it, and they moved back home, that did cement their fate.
Yeah, but would it have changed? So you think that they had to stay there, that they would have lived?
Yeah, I do. So I think they would have lived. I mean, based on what we learned from the deputy, yes.
So I think the other villain, obviously I said this at the beginning, was like hubris, right? His own like desire to be anointed, famous, whatever. He was chasing it.
He was chasing fame. Yeah. He was. Yeah, he wanted that again.
And she said that whole thing like you're 15 minutes. But again, like she was definitely annoying. And they make you like not like her, but everyone got their comeuppance. So
but
whatever.
That legacy, well, yeah, they all died. But I don't,
They don't make women like I feel like now, this was 2012, so much has changed in like 14 years.
The legacy conversation, I wasn't a fan of.
No, but I'm saying like, things have changed.
His career be his legacy?
Absolutely, but things have changed, like even in horror in the last like 14 years. But they actually get stronger female characters in like the 70s, like Rosemary's Baby.
The 70s, they did.
Come on.
Yeah. This one, Tracy was not a strong female character. No. She was like a supporting thing, and she really just like fought with him.
You know who was the strong female character? Ashley. Stephanie.
Yeah, the little girl. But Ashley was barely in this, and I think that is one thing. If I were to have a bone to pick, is that she should have had more screen time, because it was just sort of out of nowhere that she just murders her family at the end.
That's true. Oh well,
like she has all of 5 minutes of screen time. You know.
Yeah, but there's a point at the beginning where. Did you catch this? Where the wife is like teaching her how to make her father's coffee. Because she's in a break.
Yes,
he's very particular about his coffee.
And
she's like learning.
She ultimately drugs him.
So I think she was like drinking the Kool-Aid from day one. I think there's like these little things. I actually liked that. I liked that they like. It was very little context. No, I actually liked it. Yeah. I liked the surprise ending.
No, but I think they showed the brother more. Like I think.
No, I think they were setting you up thinking it was going to be the brother. And it wasn't. Well, that's going to do it for Sips and Screams episode 30, Sinister. Thank you so much for joining us and listening today. Join us next time as we sip on more themed cocktails and discuss the good, the bad, and the truly terrifying of our favorite horror movies. Cheers.
Cheers.